Supply trucks have entered Gaza from the Erez crossing in the north of the Strip for the first time since October. Many Palestinians there are facing starvation. Israel is accused of blocking aid from the region for months. Anas Al-Sharif has more from the scene.
We're now in front of the UNRWA headquarters in Jabalia refugee camp in northern Gaza, where 30 trucks carrying food and humanitarian aid have arrived for the first time through Erez crossing. The Israeli occupation forces have also announced for the first time since October the 7th the introduction of the 30 trucks of humanitarian aid to northern Gaza. The trucks are carrying humanitarian aid, flour, canned goods, rice and sugar from Jordan and the World Health Organization and the World Food Programme. These trucks will be unloaded at the UNRWA warehouses and the aid will be distributed later, also through UNRWA. So what arrived into the north of Gaza is 30 trucks and it'll be distributed through UNRWA in the next few days. Jazeera, Gaza.
Let's get the very latest picture live from Rafah in southern Gaza. Tareq Azzoum is standing by for us there. And Tareq, so Israel say they're taking significant efforts, 358 trucks arriving daily. But in reality, are the people of Gaza receiving what they need?
Well, certainly what we can do, what we do know is that Palestinians have started to feel the impact of the relative increase of the humanitarian supplies into the Gaza Strip, as the average of the humanitarian trucks that are getting into the territory on a daily basis is less than 170 humanitarian aid convoys on a daily basis, and that's completely considered to be insufficient to match the immense needs of Gaza's population, as the entire territory has been consuming at least 500 humanitarian commercial trucks on a daily basis in times of pre-conflict. But the reality is that now aid started to flow into the Gaza Strip from three areas, three crossing. We are talking about Rafah and Karem Salem crossing in the south, while today Erez crossing has started to practically working on the ground, where at least according to eyewitnesses on the ground 31 humanitarian trucks had entered to the north of the territory loaded with food and medical supplies. But the fact on the ground that the entire strip is suffering from unfolding humanitarian crisis due to the full closure of aid supplies in the initial days of the fighting on the ground, and later with the progress in negotiations, the military had allowed for a relative increase of aid into the Gaza Strip. But the entire Gaza Strip, according to the United Nations, needs a sustainable and unconditional humanitarian flow of aid supplies to avert the signs of famine that are completely looming in the horizon.
And Tareq, every night, of course, is a real trial for people of Gaza with ongoing strikes happening. Tell us what's happened overnight.
Yes, overnight strikes and artillery bombardment were extremely heavy, as the focus of the Israeli attacks was pretty much on the middle area, where in the past couple of hours we're witnessing more attacks on Al-Nusayrat refugee camp. They have attacked a mosque in the refugee camp there. Ahmed, the eyewitnesses have been reporting on constant bombardment in Al-Mughraqa area, where the battles are still raging there between Hamas fighters and the Israeli soldiers. At the same time, Palestinian armed groups have been attacking Israeli troops who are stationed on Nazrim Junction in the middle area, as the citizens have been reporting in mass confrontations and extensive fire exchange between both parts there in that area. But seemingly, the artillery bombardment continues in the north of the territory, specifically in a Sheikh Ajlin neighborhood, with no casualties still now being reported. But emergency workers are still operating on the ground, as they managed to recover 2 dead bodies from Al-Buraj refugee camp, and now they've been prepared for burial.
All right, Tareq, thanks very much for that. Tareq Azzoum reporting.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.